Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Wrestling Challenge Review Series. Got about 6 to 7 more of these, something like that, in the next little while. Not exactly going to be too many more of these, but we are here for the last few. Then we move on to WCW from 1992 and backwards. So we're going to run the entire 85-ish to 92 run of WCW Saturday Night programming. Even before it's called WCW Saturday Night, might as well call it on WCW on TBS. Basically, Lawrence Taylor admits in this particular edition, which is the 3/12/95 edition of the Wrestling Challenge series here, basically admitting that he is going to face Bam Bam Bigelow. Bigelow out next in an enhancement match here with none other than enhancement worker who happens to be um, Bill Payne, and beats him with a moonsault, punch kick, very basic stuff, diving headbutt, and the moonsault also out with the $1 Million Man and the rest of the $1 Million Corporation. 1-2-3 Kid facing off next up against the Black Phantom. Super basic match, nothing to write home about there by any stretch of the imagination. Not that one would expect that. However, do need to note that the match for Bam Bam Bigelow is with Bill Payne is kind of one of those things that's kind of aggressive because Bill Payne does do flips for him, and ultimately we see Bigelow rough the kid up as though he has been severely embarrassed by one Lawrence Taylor at the Royal Rumble. Of course, that is the co-main event of WrestleMania 11 behind none other than Diesel and Shawn Michaels. One of my favorite matches as it relates to WrestleMania main events at the time. And one of the last few really good WrestleMania main events. To me, the last really good one, notably maybe Rock Hogan or Austin Rock, 1920. Well, I guess you could say 20 with the Benoit one, but I mean, certainly the last 20 years of WWE has not produced many huge WrestleMania moments. Actually, no, that can't be true. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker in the 20s, but certainly the last 10 years, nothing really notable from WWE. Anyway, 1-2-3 Kid against the Black Phantom. Kid taking the Phantom up and over, and goes after him with some martial arts kicks. Phantom basically saying that his mask has been pulled, which Kid does not do. Phantom takes his opponent down a little bit. 1-2-3 Kid hits a drop kick into the leg of his opponent and takes him down off the top rope, hits a top rope leg drop for a victory there. Tickets available for local area house shows and WrestleMania at the 203 Connecticut number. Stephanie Wyan bringing that information along. Hype for WrestleMania 3, still showing things like Hulk Hogan and the Andre the Giant thing there. Henry Godwinn up next. Henry Godwinn facing off against Leroy Howard. Howard not really a major star by any stretch of the imagination. Doesn't really need to be, though, as Henry Godwinn basically punch kick, very basic maneuvers around the area and hits a inverted DDT after grinding his opponent's face into the mat, rolls him over, roots him out, and 1-2-3, and there we go. Jump here. Lafitte is the Pirate coming to the WWF, promising to defeat whomever's in front of him, and do so with an eye patch, no less. Lex Luger and Mark Starr. Luger really kind of lacking his major run there. As he's kind of looking for something to do here in the throws of WrestleMania 11, thinking about WrestleMania 10, where he was, in fact, one of the co-main eventers less than a year before now, in an opening match with Jacob and Eli Blue and the British Bulldog in a tag. Not exactly a good way to go. Power slam and a torture rack backbreaker from Luger gets him the victory here. We go to the WrestleMania report, getting ready for Mania, a couple of weeks away from the biggest show of the year. Obviously, Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow are your co-main event. Bret Hart and Bob Backlund bringing back their Survivor Series 94 match, only this time as the submission style match. And that is probably one of the worst WrestleMania big highlight matches ever done. Also, talk of the Fan Fest Friday night through Sunday afternoon Mania, March 31st through the 2nd of March here. And of course, then we go to a very basic thing. Of course, a couple enhancement guys with the Bushwhackers. Bushwhackers still in '95. I did not realize they were here this long. I think they were only brought in for TV at this point. Knees to the midsection by the Bushwhackers, and again, they take their men down and go for the Gutbuster and get a quick victory. Do the Bushwhackers here? Bushwhackers getting that victory. 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring, and ultimately, then we go to King Kong Bundy versus Tyrone Knox. Bundy, of course, going to challenge The Undertaker at Mania. Super basic thing there. Tyrone Knox has been on a few shows before. Punch, kick, and body slams, and a big splash and the 5 count wanted by Bundy. As we close this particular edition, we will be back with more right after this.